Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to day 30 of the online learning course presented by the Paradise Academy. In today's class, we will be learning about iqlab. The rule of iqlab is, if after noon sakin or tanween, the letter ba appears, then the pronunciation of the noon in the noon sakin or tanween will be changed into a meme. And it will be read with ikhfa, so it will be read with ghunna. Ikhfa is a light nasal sound. So let's go through some examples to see how iqlab is read. Mim noon zer min, ba ayn zabar ba'. So as we can see here, after the noon sakin, the letter ba appears. So the sound of noon in the noon sakin is turned into a meme. So instead of saying min ba'di, we say mim ba'. Mim ba'. Dal zer di. Mim ba'di. Mim ba'di. Next word. Mim noon zer min, ba ya zabar bay. So as we can see, after the noon sakin, the letter ba appears once again. So we say mim bay. Noon zer di. Mim bayni. Mim bayni. Well done. Next word. Hamza zabar a. Ba zabar ba. Aba. Dal do zabar dan. Abadan. Ba zer bi. Here, after the tanween, the do zabar, the letter ba appears. So the sound of the noon from the tanween, from the do zabar, will be turned into a meme. Instead of saying abadan bima, we say abadan bima. Abadan bi. Mim alif zabar ma. Abadan bima. Abadan bima. Sin zabar sa. واو ألف زبر وا سواء. همزة دو زير إن سواء. با يا زبر بي. So here after the tanween, the letter ba appears. So instead of saying سواء بي, we change it into a meme. So we say سواء بي. نون زبرنا. سواء بين. نون ألف زبرنا. سواء بيننا. سواء بيننا. Next word. خا زبر خاء. با يا زير بي. خبي. را دو پیش رد. خبير. Ba zer bi. So after the tanween here, after the do pesh, the letter ba appears. So instead of saying khabirun bi, we turn that into a meme and say khabirun bi. Meme alif sabar ma. Khabirun bima. Ta ayn zabar ta'. Meme zabar ma. Ta'ma. Lam waw pesh lu. Ta'malu. Noon zabar na. تعملون. خبير بما تعملون. خبير بما تعملون. Well done.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In today's lesson, we're going to read from ayah number 22 to 23 of Surah Al-Baqarah. Let's start reading. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الذي Hamza lam zabar al, lam zabar la, dal ya the dal soft line between the teeth, stretch 1 second. الذي جعل, ayn middle of throat, جعل لكم الأرض. So lam zabla kaf peshku, laku mim lam peshmul. Mim join the lam is jazm, and then hamza join the ra, re ra full mouth, hamza ra zaba ar, dwa zaba dwa. So again guys, not alif ra zaba ra, it's hamza ra zaba ra. So it's not alif anymore because alif has zaba, that zab. Now the alif turned into hamza. So re ra and dwa full mouth. لكم الأرض فراشا. So here faz a fi raw stretch, 1 second, re raw full mouth. And guys, here's idgham gunna is taking place, one of the tajweed rules. So we're gonna join sheen with the waw, and we're gonna read with idgham gunna, like nasalization sound, make a nasal sound. فراشا والسماء. So in this word, waw join with the seen, alif lam silent, and meme stretch 4 to 5 seconds, and hamza zabar, hamza bottom of throat. So don't say it's not ain, it's bottom of throat. والسماء بناء. Again guys, noon has mud, stretch noon 4 to 5 seconds, hamza join with the waw, idgham gunna is taking place again. Do idgham gunna, hamza waw do zabar, like this, nasal sound. بناء وأنزل. Here after nun sakin, there's one of 15 letter which is ikhfa. So za is one of from 15 letter which is ikhfa. Also za is buzzing sound behind the teeth. This is not the soft one, it is with the buzzing sound one. So وأنزل من السماء. So means noon seen zabarnas, alif lam silent, noon join the seen whistling sound, seen zabasa, meme stretch 4 to 5 seconds, and hamza zair e. من السماء ماء. Here meme to stretch 4 to 5 seconds, hamza do zabar, ikhfa hunna again. ماء فأخرج. فا زبر فا، همزة خا زبر خا full mouth، را زبر را is full mouth، جيم زبر جاء. فأخرج به ها bottom of throat، به من الثمرات. Mim zemi noon tha zaba nath, tha very soft letter between the teeth. When you join noon with the tha, make alif and lam silent. Noon directly join with the tha because tha is tashdeed. Min ath-thamara, re-ra full mouth, and tha ze ti. Stretch your ra 1 second. Min ath-thamarati rizqan lakum. Ra empty letter because it has zir. Join with the za is buzzing sound. Qaf back of your mouth, join with the lam strongly. Rizqan lakum فلا تجعلوا. فلا lam alif saballa, stretch lam 1 second. Taj, do colloquial echo sound on top of jim. Ain middle after all, lam stretch 1 second. Lam opesh lu. فلا تجعلوا لله. Here Allah's lam, we're gonna read empty mouth because we join Allah's lam with the zayd. So lam zay lil, lam karizaba la. So don't say full this time, say empty because we join with the zayd. Lillahi andadaw. In this word, there's two gunnas taking place. First is ikhfa gunna and then the second gunna is idgham gunna. So we're going to say down like that. أندادا وأنتم again إخفاء غنة وأنتم تعلمون تعين زبر تع and meme stretch because مد أصلي we always stretch 1 second and at the end of sentence مد أصلي we can stretch 1 to 5 or 6 seconds. Yeah, تعلمون. The last words of this sabak. وَإِن كُنتُمْ. So we did ikhfa gunna on the both places. وَإِن كُنتُمْ في fast touch 1 second because مد asli fa ya ze fi like that. رَيْبٍ مِّمَّا. In this word, ra say full mouth, ra ya zubar rai, ba mim doze, ba join the mim, do gunna, ba mim doze, bim, and mim join with mim because mim has tashdid, also do gunna. So whenever mim and noon come with tashdid, you do gunna. And also stretch mim 1 second because mim alif zabar is go alif next to zabar, mim alif zabar, ma like that. Raybim mimma نزلنا noon join strongly with the za نزلنا على عبدنا على لام stretch لام as kari zabar so عب عين با zabar عب قلقلة دال زيدي نون ألف zabar na noon stretch على عبدنا فأتوا. Guys, again here, this is not fa to, it's not alif, it's not fa alif zabar fa. You can see there's a jazm on top of alif. So now this alif, it turns into hamza. So now you can see hamza with the jazm. We always read with the jerk sound. So we're going to say fa hamza zabar fa 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 to ta stretch ta wope stretch fa to بسورة بسو سين stretch ra is full mouth ra is zabar ta joining the meme do gunna ta meme doze tim. And next we're not saying meme means meme noon ze min, we're skipping the noon because after noon sakin there's a tashdid. So tashdid always stronger than a jazm. So we're gonna join meme with the meme and we're gonna skip the noon. And also when you join meme with the meme, because meme has tashdid, do gunna. بِسُورَةٍ مِّن بِسُورَةٍ مِّن مِثْلِهِ mim tha there, mith between the teeth, soft letter. Lihi ha stretch 1 second. Mithlihi wada'u. So guys, here volume with the dal alif silent. Wada'u shuhada'akum. Dal stretch 4 second. Hamza zaba kaf in the next meme. Do gunna meme as tashdid. Shuhada'akum min dunillahi. So meme noon there, mean ikhfa gunna, do nillahi. So read Allah's lam empty because we're joining with the z, noon lam z, nil, lam kadi zabal la. So do nil. Min dunillahi in kuntum sadiqeen. Get the last word, sad and qaf is full mouth. Stretch 1 second as well. صادقين. Read one more time. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الذي جعل لكم الأرض فراشا والسماء بناء وأنزل من السماء ماء فأخرج به من الثمرات رزقا لكم فلا تجعلوا لله أندادا وأنتم تعلمون وإن كنتم في ريب مما نزلنا على عبدنا فأتوا بسورة من مثله وادعوا شهداءكم من دون الله إن كنتم صادقين جزاك الله خير.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Lesson number 2, Nasiha. Today we're going to talk about the Prophets of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and what was their purpose in this life and why did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala send approximately 124,000 Prophets of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide mankind. First and foremost, we need to understand Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala chose men to guide men as well. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala could have chosen angels to guide mankind, but then we as humans, we would have argued with Allah ta'ala that angels don't understand us because they're a creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that are fixed in doing a duty towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Whereas humans, we have the nature of goodness inside us and we have the nature of badness inside us, and we can be led astray by shaitan. And as humans, we need to eat and drink and sleep and get married, whereas angels don't do any of these things. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He chose mankind to guide mankind. And the best of mankind were the prophets of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And every prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala taught one thing, that there is no one worthy of worship but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We will learn, and we learn throughout history, that people worshipped idols, people worshipped other false gods, people used to worship the trees, the stars, the moon, the sun, the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but they didn't worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Himself, so they would associate partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We also see that people, they totally didn't worship Allah ta'ala, they didn't believe in a God, and they don't believe in a hereafter. So even today we get these kind of people that do shirk with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, those people that deny Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But every single prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that came taught one thing: La ilaha illallah. There is no one worthy of worship but Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the only supreme being that we worship. And that's the message of all the prophets of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Out of approximately 125,000 prophets of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made mention of 25 of these prophets of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Holy Quran. The first prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was Adam alayhi salam, then Idris alayhi salam, then Nuh alayhi salam, Hud alayhi salam, Salih alayhi salam, Lut alayhi salam, Ibrahim alayhi salam, Ismail alayhi salam, Ishaq alayhi salam, Yaqub alayhi salam, Yusuf alayhi salam, Shuaib alayhi salam, Ayub alayhi salam, Dhul-Kif alayhi salam, Musa alayhi salam, Harun alayhi salam, Dawud alayhi salam, Sulaiman alayhi salam, Ilyas alayhi salam, Al-Yasa alayhi salam, Yunus alayhi salam, Zakaria alayhi salam, Yahya alayhi salam, Isa alayhi salam, and the last and final Prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So there was approximately 124,000 prophets of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that came to this world to guide mankind, and 25 of them have been mentioned by name in the Holy Quran. So what was the purpose of all these prophets of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? First and foremost, they were here to guide mankind from the worship of created beings to the worship of the Creator. So we don't worship the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but we worship the Creator. People that used to worship the sun, the moon, the stars, the stones, the trees, the weather, these are all creations of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We have to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that created all these things. So we worship the Creator. So every single Prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala taught mankind to worship the Creator of all this creation. Number two, they came to clarify the humanity the purpose of creation. Life is a test and we will be judged in the end. Then we will live a life of misery or eternal bliss. So a person is only in this world for a short amount of time, and the purpose of his creation is to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to do those actions that please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and stay away from those actions that displease Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And at the end of the day, on the day of judgment, we will be judged for our deeds. And if we're successful, inshallah, on the day of judgment, then inshallah we will enjoy eternal happiness in Jannat. But if we fail miserably on that day, then there's a life of misery for those people that didn't believe and that didn't do good actions in Jahannam. May Allah save us all. Number three, they came to show humanity the right path that will lead them to paradise and salvation from the fire of hell. As Muslims, we believe in the life hereafter, and that's a big part of our deen. Even though we haven't seen it, we believe in the unseen, and we know that there is a life hereafter because all the prophets of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala taught this, and it's mentioned in the books of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So a person, his real home is paradise, Jannat. This dunya is only a temporary abode, that we are only here for a certain amount of years, then we have to depart from this world. And then Jannat is that place where it's for eternity. So we all, especially in this month of Ramadan, should always make dua Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us Jannat. And we should always make dua Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala save us all from the fire of hell. The Prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they came to establish proof against humanity, so nobody will have excuse. They did not know purpose of life. So many times the Prophets of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala were given miracles and signs by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide mankind, but people wouldn't believe in the Prophets of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala unless they were shown some kind of sign or some kind of miracle. And whenever they established some kind of proof, then the people, they believed. And this also, people will not have an excuse on the day of judgment, or we didn't know, because the prophets of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala came to teach mankind, and they came and they were here to benefit mankind. So nobody will have an excuse on the day of judgment, I didn't know or nobody told me. No, because all the prophets of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they went to their people to guide them. So nobody will have an excuse. Number five, uncovering the unseen world which exists beyond the normal senses and the physical universe. We believe in the unseen, we believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we believe in the life hereafter, we believe in Jannat and Jahannam. All these things are the ghaib, the unseen, which exist beyond our normal senses. We can't understand, our minds can't comprehend, but this is our iman and this is our faith, that these things are real, they will happen, because all the prophets of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala came to teach mankind that this is our purpose, this is who we worship, and on one day we will give account of all our deeds. So we believe in the unseen world, the ghaib. So we have full yaqeen, full faith in the unseen. And number 6, they came to provide human beings with practical example to live a moral, righteous and purpose life. Every Prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was the best of examples. They taught mankind how to live a life, how to get married, how to have children, how to teach people to have good manners. So all the good things they came to teach. And our Prophet Muhammad was the last and final Prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and he had the best of characters, and he came to teach mankind the best of characters. So we learn our characters, our values from our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And finally, they came to purify the soul from sin. Remember, when we depart from this world, our soul goes back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is the reason that we need to purify the soul. One is purifying our body by doing wuzu and istinja and cleaning ourselves, but one is cleaning the soul, and the soul only gets cleaned by worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, by praying namaz, by reading Quran, by doing dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the more the soul is clean, the more the soul is connected with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and our outer body is also clean. So we need to purify the soul, and Ramadan is the opportunity where we stay away from temptation, desires and shaitan, and we purify our soul. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives all the ability to act upon what has been said. Ameen.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, today we will be learning the 5th Kalimah. Okay, so repeat after me. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min an ushrika bika shay'an wa ana a'lamu bihi وأستغفرك لما لا أعلم به تبت عنه وتبرأت من الكفر والشرك والكذب والمعاصي كلها أسلمت وآمنت وأقول لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله. Let's go over it together now. Allahumma إني أعوذ بك من أن أشرك بك شيئا وأنا أعلم به وأستغفرك لما لا أعلم به تبت عنه وتبرأت من الكفر والشرك والكذب والمعاصي كلها أسلمت وآمنت وأقول لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله.